the stick that had been lodged up Wade's ass for most of their lives, so Jesse was calling it a win. "I see it's a good night for getting smashed, too," Wade said. Even with the stick removal, that was a stunner. He turned to Jesse with an evil grin. "Not every day a guy turns 30 after all. Joints creaking yet, big brother?" Jesse gave him a glare. "I'm 1 year older than you, asshole. This really the way you want to play it?" With a smirk, Wade leaned over and grabbed Jesse's glass, giving it a sniff and then taking a drink. "Wow, Max was right. It's like grass clippings. You got any of that purple stuff, Cassidy?" Cassidy, traitor that she was, ignored how Wade had been tormenting Jesse, and beamed. "Yeah, I've got that. You like it?" Proving why Wade with Devon was better than Wade before Devon, his smirk turned softer, and he nodded to her. "I did like it. I was hoping maybe it would end up on the regular rotation." "You got it, Deputy." Cassidy practically glowed, as she often did when given the tiniest crumb of a compliment. It was a feeling Jesse was all too familiar with, so he tried to compliment her often and generously. It helped that her brewing skills were unmatched, so he didn't have to reach for something nice to say. "A toast," Evie announced to the bar at large. "To Jesse, on this his 30th birthday. May he remain long in our memories, though he's obviously not long for this world." A chuckle went around the room, most of its occupants well over 30, and they lifted their glasses to him. He returned the gesture and tried to pretend that he was happy to be there. He usually was happy to be at the wharf. Most nights Cassidy tended bar, and she was a good friend. Devon had been coming with him since he'd miraculously returned last month, particularly once the doctor gave him the green light to drink again after his concussion. Jesse definitely liked the drinking. But a celebration of the fact that he was 30 wasn't exactly on a list of fun things he wanted to do. It was just another reminder that he was a failure as a human being. 30 years old, a college dropout, still living at home, and doing the bookkeeping for a dozen small businesses instead of getting a real job, as his mother put it. It was one thing for his brother, the sheriff-to-be, to keep living at home for the sake of convenience, but entirely another for Jesse, who just refused to admit that he wasn't 19 anymore. As Wade took his pint from Cassidy, he leaned into Jesse and whispered, "It's your birthday, Jess. Stop worrying so much and have a good night." Jesse pasted a grin on his face and clinked his glass against his brother's. "You got it. No thinking around here." Wade obviously wasn't thrilled with his reaction, but his brother was better at reading him than most people. The look Devon gave him said that he wasn't alone in that. Strange how convenient it was to hang out with people who didn't really know him, people who didn't care if he was miserable, as long as he was smiling. As inconvenient as it was, Jesse didn't think he'd want to trade his brother and best friend for anything. He clinked his glass against Devon's, then Wade's. "Happy birthday to me. It may suck, but at least I made it to 30. Wasn't expecting that." After his 5th green tea special, Jesse was feeling a little better. He and Evie were competing to see who could get the most trivia questions wrong in the most spectacular way, and he was pretty sure he was winning. Maria was sitting on the bar, reading the cards, looking unimpressed with the questions. "Who has the record for most home runs in a single season of baseball?" She rolled her eyes. "With or without steroids?" "Ty Cobb," Evie said. "Joe Montana," Jesse said with the straightest face he could muster. Maria threw the card at his head. Evie squinted at him. "Who's that?" "New rules," Cassidy announced. "You have to at least guess someone who played the right sport." Jesse put his elbow on the bar and leaned on his hand. "I think Mr. Anderson played on a Double-A team for a couple of years in the 70s. Is it him?" "Grant's husband?" Devon asked dubiously. "Nah, Frank Anderson, the guy who owns the grocery store, and it was..."